okay, doing a little better.
Hmm. That's good. That's definitely nice to hear. And it's my understanding that you all were able to reach the settlement with the United States. So, just what's your reaction to that? How do you feel about that settlement?
I still didn't get everything I wanted, but still want to see some changes done on a national level. They did do some changes as far as on a local level, but in learning through the lawsuit, there is so much that needs to be changed.
What are some of those changes that you
Um,
still would like to see?
the more employees, because it took more than 30 days to get him back into a pain management, and if they had more employees, he wouldn't have slipped through that crack.
Hmm. And just in continuing to go through the process, because I feel like grieving is a process that lasts for the remainder
Hmm.
of your life. How has that been for you?
Um, it's still hard. A lot. Still break down a lot. Still go to the grave, and that's my guess, my peace, because I can at least go to the grave and lay there and talk to him. But we was at a field trip the other day with my daughter's school, and somebody was talking about one of the parents was talking about his son being in the Navy, and I had to leave because I lost it. So things are still really rough.
Hmm. And I know the answer to this question, but why would you say that things are still rough even today?
Because I miss him. I want to hold him. I want to hug him. I want to talk to him like we used to talk all the time. And I don't get that. I'm not going to get to see his children. I'm not going to get to be there when he gets married. He's not going to have any of that. It's really rough on my birthday. It's not as rough on his because we celebrate him, but my birthday is really terrible because he's not here to celebrate with me.
Hmm. And if you don't just mind re-explaining to me, how is y'all's relationship? What are some of the things that y'all enjoy doing? How would you describe it?
Our relationship was great. He went camping with us a lot. We like to do a lot of camping. We go out on the boat, go fishing, stuff like that. We did a lot of that together. Um, but he lived like 45 minutes from here, so it was nothing for him to just show up at my house, say, "Hey, Mom," or for me to just show up at his house to see him. And I don't have that now. I have to go to the grave to see him now, and that sucks.
And when he used to come over here to your home, what are some of the things that y'all would used to do together?
We would just sit and
Hmm.
talk about how things were going.
That's definitely good. And as a whole, how has the family been dealing with it and coping with everything?
Um, and I think it's been hard on everybody because we're still close, but not as close. When I bring up Steven, everybody kind of wants to get away from me because they don't know how I'm going to be in the next few minutes. But talking about him helps. But nobody else seems to want to do that. So
Hmm. So it's fair to say though time has passed, it's still something that you get emotional about.
yes, very much so. I miss him.
Hmm. And as you continue to walk and wake up every day, just with everything that was exposed, with the ongoing lawsuit and the deposition and everything like that, now that you do have more information and more substance, more details, what's your reaction to
I'm
it?
angry. I'm angry. I mean, things need to change because it's not just his life. I mean, other vets are going through the same thing, and it's just not fair.
Hmm.
Because if they really need to make some changes. They need to have more people in there working. They need to, like, he should have never been taken out of pain management when he was taken out. I mean, they didn't pay him. The doctor reduced his medication for no reason. There's just a lot of things, all because she misunderstood something that was because she wasn't in a meeting that she should have been in. And I mean, they just really need to make some changes.
Hmm. So when you see that information that there wasn't an understanding of the policy, and also based on the deposition that the doctor didn't quite understand what she was doing as far as prescribing him his medicine, How does that make you feel?
Angry, very angry.
Why does it make you feel?
Because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about my son right now. That he would still be here. He wouldn't have been in the pain he was in. He'd have been getting the treatment he needed, and he wouldn't have been in the pain he was in.
And just you personally, what do you believe that the VA could have done and should have done?
Well, number one, he should have never been taken out of pain management. Number two is they should have never reduced his medicine because she didn't understand the policy. Number three is in 30 days, he should have been sent to another pain management when he lost the ability to go to that one. And they didn't do that. They didn't have enough employees to get things pushed through. So he kind of got lost in that crack there and didn't get done. If he'd have been in a pain management, we wouldn't be sitting here today. If they hadn't reduced his medicine, we wouldn't be sitting here today. And other vets are going through the same thing, and it's just wrong.
Yes, ma'am. And I know it's it's a lot to recount, and I remember talking to you about it in the past. But what were some of your conversations with him leading up to when he passed away? Just the conversations that y'all had.
When he lost his pain management, he just really went downhill from there. I mean, he was in pain all the time again. He went from doing really well because he was doing pain management to when he wasn't doing it. I mean, he was constantly in pain. I seen him a few days before he died, and he couldn't even get out of bed. He told me he was out of medicine, he was hurting, and he couldn't even get out of bed. So when he went there, they should have helped him. Mm-hmm. But it should have never even got to this point.
And what I just remember